Ooh, the glitching is good God. Okay, well, I finally got to play Tales from the Shire. I was vaguely hyped for this game since I've been a Tolkien fan for quite some time. I saw Return of the King on Trilogy Tuesday, I met my partner dressed as Arwen, he was Legolas at a convention, and then we both went to New Zealand together when the Hobbit movies were coming out. Here's me dressed as Peregrine Took in Hobbiton. So, needless to say, I had to give this game a review. To start off, it's very pretty. And outdated pretty, but on the same wavelength as, say, Palia. And honestly, Palia might be the running theme here, as it honestly feels like Weta and the game developers were using Palia's mechanics slightly. Just not as successful, and that's a free game. I was immediately charmed with the artistry and character design, minus why the hobbits walk around like they have some form of severe scoliosis. Why do the hobbits walk around like that? But I wanted to at least give 3 hours of my time to the game to start the journey. I like that you could use your first name for your hobbit, but some of the more famous hobbit last names were not included and you couldn't type them in. All the characters that you can interact with are super cute, but you can't interact with all of the characters. You can, however, interact with all of the animals by merely greeting them. Which, I mean, I do the same in life, so why not? I will definitely say hello to a duck before a human, obviously. I like you can... I like that you can, greet the animals. But you can't really greet the people. I mean, life imitates art here, so. My first real turnoff was the tracking system. You have to follow small blue birds along the path as they land on elements of the map in front of you. At the start, I was constantly opening and closing the map since the birds took a little longer to land than normal. Where the heck am I going and where can you... I guess... The tracking system is a little... You have to like really look for those blue birds that land on everything, which is kind of weird. Okay, well there's one sign. The tracking system could be a little better, I think. I think it's a little... It's different, I guess. It was honestly a very slow and aggravating way to navigate a brand new map. I ended up picking it up, but it was still the most ambiguous tracking system on a game I think I've ever played to date. I think hobbit footprints on the ground in front of you would have been a better tracking system, especially in early game, or a way to highlight the path of the birds a little better, neither of which seemed to be an option. I liked that they included a dwarf lady as a trader, and was hoping we'd see some more races of Middle-earth pop up, like caravans of elves passing through the night, lighting up the forest edges. Maybe they're a sporadic, rare event, where you could trade very rare items for some elven antiquities. Speaking of nighttime, what took me by surprise is that you're forced to sleep in the game. If you don't rush back to your hobbit hole, you fall asleep right where you are. Very weird. What's going on at night in Bywater? You have to refill your watering can too? Oh, I'm about to fall asleep. Okay, so you just like fall asleep on the dot. Can you... Weird. Alright, so that's kind of interesting. You can't explore through the night. The fishing sim is a fishing sim. Nothing new, nothing grand. It gets kind of bland after a while as the different types of fish you can catch are incredibly slim, as are the areas to fish. The quests are okay. Some have the tediousness of games like Dreamlight Valley, where others do remind me of Palia. They also didn't really hire voice actors for this game. There's a few hms and haws, but for the most part, the game is strangely silent, save for a light dusting of background music and some environmental sounds. The game heavily revolves around making food. Yes, we understand how much hobbits eat, but for a cozy game, we're going to need a little bit more than a kinda okay cooking mechanic. The cooking portion wasn't completely fleshed out until you get to your second eat-in meal quest. I was kind of left dumbfounded on what to do with the texture scales, but whatever I cooked worked. The second time, not so much. The hobbits that I served to had a sour face, so you really have to pay attention to how you prepare the food. Which, once again, reminds me of Palia's cooking in a way. Okay, he didn't like that. And she didn't like it either. There are a Hobbit husband and wife that run a type of Able Sisters / Nook's Cranny type shop in the main village. Their clothing options were supposed to change daily, but I didn't really notice a difference between a few days. All of the clothing options stayed the exact same for me. I think the big one most cozy gamers wanted from this was the ability to decorate your hobbit hole. When it comes down to it, you meet the designing brick wall relatively fast within your grassy abode. You can change beams, flooring, walls, fireplaces, but you can't recolor furniture, which kinda sucks. They got so close with the gridless placement system, but so far from several other options. I really didn't want to diss the game right out of the gate like many others did, and I'm technically still giving it a chance, but even as a Tolkien fan, I can't say I'm immediately reaching for this game right now. I agree with everyone that says it feels very unfinished, which is crazy that they delayed it for so long and still put out an unfinished game. There are walls within the boundaries of the map that feel like they could be a DLC. There's definitely spaces within a game that feel like updates are going to happen, and they really need to happen. In order for this to feel like a fully fleshed out game, this might take a few years. I hope that Weta actually has plans to keep working on the game. Take Fallout 76 for example, historically bombed on for a solid year or two before so much more was added to the game. I'd say now, Fallout 76 is way more of a complete game than it was when it was first released. Fingers crossed that this isn't it for this adorable little baby of a game. It needs to be beefed up just a little bit more to really shine and get the praise it could truly deserve. I really wanted to feel the pullback towards this game, but it honestly hasn't grabbed me as much as other cozy games have in the past. It just feels like it's missing something. I hope the developers have heard the response from fans and cozy gamers alike that have constructive criticism. There's definitely something that can be highly built on here, and I hope a little ways down the road our Hobbit feet can take us somewhere brilliant. Either way, I'm happy for you if you're enjoying the game as it is. I just need something a little bit more to draw me back like the Force of the One Ring to keep me playing. For now, I'm going to Rivendell to rest and await the next adventure. See you next time. Bye. Okay, but that's adorable.